Infinity Nikki, how dare you make a joke about Infinity Nikki? What? The number of bootlickers in the Infinity Nikki community is crazy. What? This is how they can and will get away with their scummy practice. As long as people like this support them, nothing will change. I know, and it's so upset. Okay. Sure. All right. They did it again. Danging season. Which game character would you invite to swing with you? A fuck of the wand. Yep. Okay, so maybe they should stick to Google Translate in the end. 25 downvotes. Never would I have guessed I would get triggered. I get people triggered to the point of receiving death threats in my DM. Learn to take a I'm sorry, wait, what joke was made? What did he even say? The person made a simple joke about a spelling error and jokingly said that they should stick to Google Translate instead. Oh, so that was it? That was the only thing they said? Maybe they should stick to Google Translate, and that triggered Infinity Nikki White Knight bootlickers to harass them to the point of sending death threats through DM. Dude, that is wild. You said one thing. One thing. Funny joke, right? Yeah, dude, I've said that. Oh my God. I'm so glad I didn't say it on Reddit. Dude, we mocked them plenty of times for their inability to actually translate anything. Yeah, we've called them incompetent on numerous occasions. In the Infinity Nikki community, it's not allowed to ever criticize the infallible and almighty Info. This is a joke, of course it's allowed. Is it a joke though? I feel like we're gonna get death threats. Velia here is gonna start getting death threats. God damn. You just need to be careful with every sentence or you might get attacked by the angry mob of Infinity Nikki defenders. This brings me all the way back to Hoyo chat with Genshin Impact. When people would say Genshin needs a skip button, Genshin's combat needs improved, Genshin needs to have Paimon not do all the actual engagement and interaction with characters and be less annoying and just generally say less, like, and then people would jump on, you know, they would shove themselves down your throat. They would beat you up in the street. They would steal your money at school. That is that all over again. The number of bootlickers and white knights is insane. And this is one example. During the girl caught, there were so many people attacking us girl cotters just because we wanted a playable game. There's still many smart players. True. Like, so social media is not indicative of the entire community overall. I'm sure some of you guys play or not play, visit Twitter, okay? You've seen the kinds of people that make tweets about pretty much any topic that are so deranged that it makes you question why social media is still a thing, right? They are so aggressive, so angry and hate-filled. They are the worst human beings imaginable. And you're like, well, it makes sense why they're all on Twitter, because that's where they all congregate. It's a big echo chamber of hate and being white knight defensive little pussies. That's also why I'm there, which, you know, chat, if y'all don't already follow me, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. They're getting less and less since many are leaving the game or have left it. Yeah, the smart players, the nice players, the good players, the genuine players, the players that want change are continuing to leave the game. Players are continuing to leave every single day, and what's left is a growing number of angry, hate-filled idiots. This is just a minor thing. It's not a minor thing. Death threats are not minor, chat. They are definitely not minor. Death threats are, I mean, if you're out in the street and someone says something like that to you, you could have them arrested. You could press charges against them. That's definitely not a minor thing. I just find it so insane that these people exist, and it's sad to see that there are so many in Infinity Nikki. And in gacha games in general. In this instance, you were seeing it in Infinity Nikki because people in Infinity Nikki want change. They genuinely and wholeheartedly want change. They want the game to be better for themselves. They want the game to be better for their community. And then you have these morons that don't, that for whatever reason are of this ridiculous asinine opinion that the game is fine as it is. It's like the people that said, we don't want Wuthering Waves to succeed purely because we don't want Genshin to be dethroned, right? And it's like, if Wuwa succeeds, if Ananta succeeds, if Arknight's Enfield succeeds, Genshin is forced to do better, otherwise it will fade into obscurity. These people, these deranged human beings, are happy being treated like purses, wallets, bags of money, dollar signs, and they are doing nothing to change things for themselves or their community. It's ridiculous. Again, this is a very small selection of the community that is put on display, but it no doubt is still a sizable number of people. And the more good, decent human beings that leave a game, the less good, decent human beings are left in the game. So then you're just left with a increasingly larger portion of that community being hate-filled. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. It's ridiculously sad to see. It's about to be dancing season. Oh, okay. Playing that swing is the dancing sound, not anything else I've seen. Okay, seriously don't know why gacha communities are so toxic. I enjoy gachas due to being able to spend $15 or so a month and still progress with planning, but the fandoms are so toxic and always at each other's throats. Chat, why do all of you think gacha games are so toxic? Why do you all think gacha tribalism is a thing? No, just say it, Stix are being treated like shit. They are being treated like shit. Yeah, I've mentioned this on numerous occasions. Both the developer and the publisher for Infinity Nikki, and with regards to Persona 5 The Phantom X, the publisher Sega, with regards to numerous other gacha games, they just treat their communities like shit. They don't care about their game. They don't care about their players. At the end of the day, they care about how much money they can make this month. That is it. It's not the games, it's their brain dead players. They didn't pull the character that they wanted, so they're pissed off. You don't have a clue, but you're stupid? Well, maybe you don't have a clue, which makes you the only smart one there. It's built from fear of missing out. I also saw this chat echoed in other things recently. I actually think this has existed for as long as I can remember. Y'all remember the age-old console wars? So PlayStation versus Xbox, PC versus console, DC versus Marvel. You know, when Superman released into theaters, the new one from James Gunn, I retweeted a tweet of just this thread of thousands of hateful human beings saying, I want Superman to fail because I hate DC and I want the new Fantastic Four movie to do well because I love Marvel. And then DC people went at Fantastic Four and they were just the opinions, the insults, the slurs being thrown around were mind-blowingly horrifying. And like, this is echoed across everything. I think tribalism, general tribalism, has existed for as long as I can remember. It's crazy. I don't think it's just gacha games specifically. Dreamcast versus PSX, group and group out mentality. If you're not part of the group, you're the enemy. That is also interestingly. So here's the thing. I don't know if y'all remember a collab I did with Tectone last year. He and I sat down and we talked about content creator friends in the gacha space. So if you haven't watched the collab Tectone and I did, go ahead and watch that. But basically, what he asked me, he sat down, he said, hey, Stix, have you noticed, or is this just me, that the gacha community is very cliquey? And what I mean by that is that you're either our friend or our enemy. And the reason you're our enemy is because you're not friends with us and are friends with someone that we don't like. I think that perfectly summarizes everything. That is the group in, group out mentality. You are our content creator friend, and therefore you are disallowed to be content creator friends with other content creators. So, because this is our game and we like this game, you are not allowed to like any other game. It's the exact same mentality. So basically, like at that point, and this happens on Twitter too. So as an example, Mr. Stix has multiple different friends that have essentially disowned me because they say, I can't be friends with Stix because he's friends with Tectone. I've had content creators, I've had viewers leave comments on my tweets and videos saying, Stix, you are friends with blah blah who is friends with Tectone, therefore you are part of his friend community, therefore I cannot be friends with you. I like you, but because of your affiliation with someone I don't like, we can't be friends. I can't watch you or follow you anymore. It's ridiculous. And that is the same way that gacha games are treated in respective communities. Grade school style beefing. If you look at my channel chat, you'll see that I don't really attack other content creators. I've only ever attacked one content creator in my entire career on YouTube, and that is, well, no, two. And that is because they both attacked me first. At the end of the day, I let other content creators do and say whatever they want because I think they are allowed to. You can be friends with whoever you want. I don't care if Tectone and I are best friends or worst enemies. I don't care if you and Asmongold are best friends or worst enemies. If you're a decent person and we're friends, I don't care who you're friends with. That's how I've always tackled it. I don't care about the content that other people make. You can be hateful, you can be friendly, you can be passionate. Like, it doesn't matter. We're all content creators. We all have friends, we all have enemies. It's whatever. Stick to yourself, stick to your own lane. You don't have beef with me, I won't have beef with you. And that's how I tend to like it. Long story short, I think gacha tribalism is stupid. I will admit, like, right off the bat here, I used to engage in it initially. I used to title videos Genshin Killer, but I didn't do that because I was tribalistic and I wanted one game to succeed over the other. I did that because it was good for views, and when you're a small channel growing, you need all the views you can get, so it funneled more views into my videos, which helped me grow. Nowadays, I don't do that because I don't need to do that. Imagine having an opinion about something. Imagine making a joke about something so minor, that people start sending you death threats. Did Mrs. Stix ever get back to Infinity Nikki? Not until they fix their game. Imagine being so employed you send death threats for unemployed. Yeah, no, I know what you meant. Yeah. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment, so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.